Gentlemen, welcome. Sea Turtle Mindset Read Journey is when I'm missing in action. Do you want to be missing in action or do you want to be taking massive immediate action? When I realized I was programmed to lose, I began to redo the work. I'll give you an example. If you're told Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Sea Turtle Mindset readers. We are on chapter 7. Hashtag Sea Turtle Mindset. Subscribe to the video, to the YouTube channel, because I'm gonna keep laying the wisdom all day long. So we're right into chapter 7. This is one of my favorite chapters. This is the beginning of the journey of self-discovery that Nori has gone through. See, in this chapter, he has been with his mentor, Maximus, for 20 years. See, Maximus is a leatherback sea turtle. In fact, there's 7 different types of sea turtles. There's the green sea turtle. There's 7 types, and I'll go more into depth with that in the later chapters. But there's 7 types, and in this one, he's specifically with the leatherback, and he's learned leatherback qualities. Okay, because he spent so much time with the leatherback turtle. But here's the thing. The chapter is called "Embrace Pressure." See, pressure makes diamonds, and that's the first headline. And the reason why is because we're all diamonds. We just don't know it yet. See, right now, some of you are probably like charcoal, ugly. Trust me, with time, some pressure, and some heat will get you to become a diamond. And that's my goal in this chapter, is to help you move from the coal mindset to the diamond mindset. And so one of the things I learned along my journey is to have the mentality of being a continuously long life learner. See, continuously learning, he becomes wiser day by day. See, my goal every day is to read at least 10 pages a day. And so when I go to bed, I go to bed a little wiser. And it's helped a lot. So Maximus goes, "Are you ready to get started?" And the reason why he asked him that very important question, "Are you ready to get started?" because he was teaching him how to dive deep. And the reason why he was teaching him how to handle pressure, because he can escape from immediate threat. See, he can't hide from his shell. He can't hide in his shell. So he has to escape or handle the pressure or handle the threat. And along my journey, I discovered that sea turtles actually fight back. They fight back sharks. So that was very interesting. So he goes, one of the things I noticed was practice makes permanent. See, I kept on practicing. You know, this, by the way, this is not practice. This is, I'm going with it. But I practice enough making videos that I'm comfortable to speak my mind. Okay, so I changed the view. I kind of like this view better. My phone died on me the other day, and it just became, my iPad was a better view. So I'm not practicing these videos because I already practiced making videos, and it's becoming permanent. Me being comfortable in front of a camera, me speaking directly to you. So I've been practicing because it makes it permanent. Another thing is, in my business, I keep practicing so I can become fluent, you know? So that's one of the things in the first paragraph, in the first paragraphs, in the first page. My favorite topic. All right, MIA. Let's break this out. What MIA are you? MIA. MIA. Now, there's 2 types of MIA. There's the first type, missing in action, and then the second type, massive immediate action. You see, what I learned on my journey is when I'm missing in action, I'm not getting what I want, right? So to get what you want, you have to take massive immediate action. That's the only way. See, a lot of times, I'll tell you this straight up. In the beginning, I was lazy, right? I was missing in action. I wasn't doing what I'm supposed to do, and I wasn't getting the results, expecting to get the results. And then one time, my mentor sat down with me. He said, "John, what did you do last week to get to get closer to what you want?" And I was like, "Oh, I did this much, calls. I did this amount of writing. He's like, well, are you happy with your results? I said, no. He's like, well, you know what you have to do? I was like, tell me. I didn't say I didn't know. Tell me. He goes, you have to take more action. The more action you take, the further you get. So it's like this. Mission, like in a marathon, right? It's not a race, it's a marathon. But if you're missing in action, that means you never even made it to the starting line. But if you take massive immediate action, you take it step by step, you'll win the race. You'll get to your destination. You'll pass the finish line. So really ask yourself, which MIA you want to be? Do you want to be missing in action, or do you want to be taking massive immediate action? Right? It's a very good question. So that's why I put MIA in there. Okay? Now, along the way, I also learned that when we're born, and I said this in the first videos, when we're born to win, but programmed to lose. And I'll explain why. Nori goes, I hatched believing I was a land turtle, and you helped me break those limiting beliefs, and now I know I'm a sea turtle. See, when he went into the ocean and met Maximus, right? Maximus, because my mentor's name is Maximo, so I get a little confused. It's a little bit of the reason why I named him Maximus, because my first mentor was Maximo. I owe a lot to him. Thank you very much, Maximo. He's actually helped me with my logo, with the book design. When I showed him this, he's like, John, whoa, you gotta work, buddy. So the new book cover coming out December 17, or if you already got it, obviously it's way different than this. And because he's my mentor, he taught me some things about marketing and about all that stuff. So I just, in honor of him, I made the name of the character Maximus, not Maximo. So I get confused when I'm speaking about it. But Maximus, when he saw Nori, right? When he saw Nori, he saw a land turtle mentality. All he knew was to walk on land. He didn't know how to eat. He was eating what land turtles were eating in Hawaii, right? And so when he went into the ocean, he's like, I don't know, I'm a land turtle, right? So he helped him move from a land turtle mindset to a sea turtle mindset. He made him believe that he was a sea turtle. So when we're born to win, but we're programmed to lose. And what do I mean by that? Everybody's spoon feeding you information. Your parents spoon feed you with this. Spoon feed you this belief. The school system spoon feeds you. What I'm saying to you right now, grab that spoon and go feed yourself. Go feed yourself, because a lot of the times we're programmed to lose. So what happens with this? This is my mission right now. And I get so passionate about it because when I realized I was programmed to lose, I began to reprogram myself. How do you reprogram yourself? Just like how we program ourselves in school. We do the work every day, the same work every single day until it's ingrained in your mind. I'll give you an example. If you're told you're stupid for the rest of your life, you'll begin to believe that you're stupid. It's that simple. And I'm sorry for those if I'm offending you, but that's not my goal. So begin to tell yourself you're a genius continuously every day, and you eventually start showing genius qualities. See, in the beginning, I wasn't this motivated. So I started every day telling myself, I'm motivated, I'm alive, I'm alert, and I am great. And I started doing that continuously every single day. And I started changing my bad thinking habits to positive thinking habits. And so you have to reprogram your mind. You have to break those limiting beliefs, because a lot of the times we hold ourselves from success because you are the one holding yourself from greatness. So, if you're in sales and you're sucking right now, do me a favor. Don't blame the selling process. Do not blame your product because it's selling. There's another person selling your product. Go look at yourself in the mirror and fix the problem. I'm sorry. I want to be a little blunt, straight to the point. Look at yourself in the mirror and really look in there and say to yourself, I love you. I love me. And watch things start to change. Once you start believing in yourself, infinite possibilities. See, we live. One of my other mentors, Gary, says we live in a world with infinite possibilities, with infinite beings, with infinite potential. Tap into that potential. Trust me. You'll thank me later. So let's dive right in. So he's learning his qualities from Maximus, and he goes and he says there are 3 components that make coal into diamonds, and that is time, heat, and pressure. And I believe that's applicable to anything, any part of your life, in any area that you're trying to work with. You see, pressure, when you feel the pressure, that means you're doing something. And when you're feeling the pressure, embrace it. Because once you start to embrace it, you become comfortable with it and you can handle more pressure, right? Once you have that, apply some heat. Apply more action. Heat, right? Heat it up. Heat it up. Because the more hotter it is, and here's the thing, if you can't handle the heat, get out of the kitchen. You've heard that before. Handle the heat, handle the pressure, and with time, you get what you want. It's like this. If you're cooking something, let's say you're cooking a cake, right? Add all the ingredients that you need. Put it in the oven with intense heat. 5 minutes. Put it in for 5 minutes. It's not cooked. It takes time. It takes time. And that was one of the things I had to learn and took me the longest. It takes time. You have to be patient. Okay? So it takes time to become a diamond. But you are one already. You might not be shining right now, but you will be shining. Sound like a song. So, he goes, we continue, and I wrote this note. It says, the light comes from within. It is that spark that wakes you up in the morning. When there is light, there is no darkness. Darkness cannot cover light. Light reveals what the darkness is hiding. When the inside is enlightened, the outside is lightened. So what I'm trying to say here is, I was asking myself questions, and one of the questions that Maximus asks Nori before he lets him go on his own, he says, when you're surrounded by darkness, how do you find the light? And that's what I came up with. See, all the answers to your questions are within. But a lot of the time, we have so much noise. We're bombarded with advertisements every day on social media, on Snapchat, on Instagram. Every time you just scroll, snap, newsfeed, there's advertisement. So you have to take some time and breathe. Silence your thoughts and really go within, because there's wisdom inside of you that you have not tapped into. And I'm a strong believer of that. Enlightenment comes from within. And when you're enlightened, you can light the path for others. That's why, please leave your comments. If I forgot to do that on the other videos, leave your comments below with your wisdom, because it will enlighten me so I can enlighten others. Your wisdom will help me spread more wisdom. My wisdom will help you spread the wisdom. So, let's do this together. Because there's no I in team at all. And this is a team bait. We're the Sea Turtle team. Sea Turtle mindset. Woo! Right? So that's what I'm trying to really explain. And another thing is, you have to have faith. Listen, I'm not here being religious. Maybe I'm being a little spiritual. But if you don't have faith in yourself, no one's going to have faith in you. See, on my journey, okay, I learned to start loving myself so I can love others. It's really that easy. It sounds easy, but it's not. Begin to love yourself and you're able to love others. How can you give to someone if you don't give to yourself first? You gotta be a little selfish in the beginning so you can be selfless later. So, let's continue. And these are little things that I mentioned. See, because life is the greatest teacher of all. And if you start really paying attention, you become aware of what's going on and little things that happen every day, you become wiser. That's why I'm so, and I keep spreading this message, is that I learn from everyone. That's why I leave your comments. I'll learn from you. And so I can learn and teach. But here's the thing. When you learn something, before you teach it, practice it. Because practice makes permanent, and then when it becomes permanent, you can teach it. Okay? And that's really the chapter. This chapter really goes in depth with how time works, how pressure is one of the components. Without any pressure over a season of times, you will only have a chunk of coal. So when you start a project with no pressure on the project, if you don't give yourself the pressure to accomplish it over a season of time, you'll have nothing to show for at the end. You see, and that's really what it is. In this chapter, I really just want the most important message that I think is the sea turtle mindset is the agile one compared to the full force. So he leaves Maximus, goes on his own. Now he's alone. He's 20 years old, right? In the world, in the ocean, by himself. He's feeding, and then boom, he gets attacked by a turtle, right? He gets attacked by a turtle, but he handles the pressure. Instead of running away from it, he handles it with his technique. He's agile. You see, you gotta be agile with your life. Don't be full force. Don't go in full force without preparing yourself. Be agile. And when you're agile, you know how to handle situations. You know how to handle people. You know how to handle some problems. Because if you go full force without thinking about it, you're gonna hit a wall. And when you hit the wall, it's gonna hurt. Avoid that. So, with that being said, the last thing he says, okay, in the chapter, it says, as a baby turtle, it all started with a zealous attitude. And see, mindset is an accumulation of thoughts and ideas that create an attitude. And so, it's your attitude that really determines what you'll get out of life. If you have a sour attitude, guess what? You'll have sour things happening to you. If you have a positive attitude, positive things will happen to you. See, I can't tell you this. You cannot control the things that happen to you on the outside, but you can control the things that happen on the inside. You can control your thoughts, you can control your mind, but you can't control the circumstances outside, but that's all right. See, even if you're having a bad day, you can control the outcome of that. So with that being said, guys, that is chapter 7. Embrace the pressure. Embrace the pressure. Because once you start embracing it, you'll handle more. And I'll elaborate a little bit on that before I let you go. You see, a lot of the times, I ask for things in my life. For a promotion in my business, for more love, for more money, for more happiness. But see, when you ask for that, there's a new level to it. Okay, you have to understand that every time you level up, there's more responsibility. See, the person making $1 billion a year compared to the person making $100,000 a year is the difference between them is the difference in responsibility. See, it takes more responsibility to have $1 billion than it takes to have $100,000. So, remember this. What you ask for, you will be given. And along that, other things will be given to you. So you have to have the positive attitude that if I want $1 million, I'm going to have $1 million worth of problems. See, my money problems compared to Warren Buffett money problems, see, we both have problems. It's just the difference between my money problems and his money problem is the attitude. It's the attitude. If I have a bad attitude about my problems, I'm only giving it more focus. I'm only giving it more energy. Instead, have a problem-solving mentality rather than a problem mentality. It's your attitude. It really comes down to your attitude. That's what mindset's all about. So see, the sea turtle mindset is the attitude of repetition, because success is not an act, but is what you repeatedly do all the time. So guys, I'm excited. We're halfway there. The next chapter is KSI with the Dolphins, chapter 6. I'll see you in the next video. I'm excited. Subscribe to more motivation, to more spreading the wisdom. Leave your comments. Follow the Facebook page and Instagram. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. I'll see you in the next video. Congratulations on reading the chapter.